Hello and welcome to this quick take on why academics have a hard time writing good grant proposals. These tips come from an article from Robert Porter, PhD, who was also a presenter at PC a few years ago, did a grant writing workshop for us. Bob's article outlines lots of good points, but I'm going to highlight a few of my favorite. The lesson that he points out is that success in grant writing is a matter of style as much as it is content, believe it or not. And he says this because academic writing is different than grant writing. Now, it is true that the best written proposal will not win money for a weak idea. But it's also true that many good ideas are not funded because the proposal is poorly written. Bob points out the distinction between academic writing and grant writing, which you see on your screen here. Academic writing is that writing that you're doing for a scholarly journal, publication, papers, an essay, dissertation, anything that's written specifically for your field. Grant writing, on the other hand, is writing sometimes for the same audience, but many times for a different audience. And your job is to be persuasive in grant writing. In academic writing, it's probably about your individual passion, whereas in grant writing, you have to have a service attitude and really be focused toward the sponsor's goals as well as why this is a great idea. In grant writing, you have to be future oriented and use action words in terms of what will happen as part of the grant. Many times in academic writing, you're focused on the research that you've already done, the outcomes, and it's past oriented. So that's a little different as well. In grant writing, you're going to be specific again on action and project centered. So what will you do in this particular project? Whereas in academic writing, it's typically looking at your theory and thesis, or sort of the theme of your area. And in academic writing, you're usually explaining to the reader about your thesis, your theory, why you believe this to be true. And you really want to not just explain it to the reader. In grant writing, your reviewers may be lay people or be from other fields or from close related disciplines. So you really want to use persuasive rhetoric, and you want to use a personal tone that conveys excitement. You want them to want to give you money for this project. In grant writing, it's not just about convincing yourself or your field that this is important, but many times it transcends beyond your field to get others excited. Why is this important for society? Certainly language has to be easily understood in a grant proposal, and it may require you to avoid the use of jargon. We all get in a publication for our own discipline, we may use jargon that we wouldn't use for lay readers. Certainly grant writing, there's always going to be, you're probably not going to have enough space to say what you want to say. So brevity is rewarded. You want to hit the points hard. You want to get to the key. I hope this short overview of academic writing versus grant writing is helpful to you. This article is available on the SPARC website if you'd like to read it. Thank you.